Before we start out with this top 5 video, I just gotta say this might be the most controversial and most difficult top 5 list I have had to put together. Now granted, I've only done 3 or 4 of these videos, but this one's been the hardest. I am a big fan of the Legend of Zelda franchise. So for me to pick 3 themes out of all 28 Legend of Zelda games, I mean, I tortured myself bad. But I got the homie Rob Regal with me today, and we're going to go over our top 5 Legend of Zelda dungeon themes. So get your popcorn ready. It's about to be a good one. So we're going to start this list off right. Hyrule Castle theme in A Link to the Past. Well, it's the first dungeon theme you hear in the game, but there's more to it than that. The reason why this theme is so iconic because one, as I mentioned, it's the first theme into what people believe is the most influential Legend of Zelda game of all time. Yes, some people argue that over Ocarina of Time. And honestly, I can see it. There are a lot of things that happen in A Link to the Past that still carry over into most Legend of Zelda games. The Lost Woods, for example. There is not a Zelda game that doesn't have the Lost Woods in it now. We were also introduced to Zelda's Lullaby in this game, and now there's not another Legend of Zelda that doesn't have that theme in it. So, A Link to the Past is iconic and has set a lot of trends in the Legend of Zelda franchise. And so the Hyrule Castle theme is the first theme that you can hear, and this theme is iconic. You can hear this theme in multiple other Legend of Zelda games as well. What I like most about this theme is the way it starts. It comes in with the bass drum and the cymbals, and you get the fanfare in the beginning, and then it just comes in with the rhythm. And then shortly after, the melody comes in, and then it picks up from there. My favorite part about this theme, though, is in the middle of the theme, they play the original Legend of Zelda dungeon theme. To sort of pay homage to the original, also building on what would come to be probably one of the best Nintendo franchises of all time. In my opinion, it's the best. But the Hyrule Castle theme, as iconic as it is, I could not leave it out. So, Hyrule Castle definitely in my top 5.
Look! Now, if you've ever played Super Smash Bros., any of them, you know that one of the best features about the games are their remixed versions of instrumentals from their franchises. And no matter what, you have to agree that one of the best remix songs they ever had was the Palace theme from Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. Anytime you go to that temple stage in a Super Smash Bros. Game, you know what to expect. And this is definitely one of my top 5 Zelda dungeon themes. It just enhanced the mood of the game, man. It made you feel like you could actually stop the enemies from reviving Ganon, and you could save the princess from her sleep, and she would live. You know what I'm saying? That didn't come out anywhere nearly as cool as I wanted it to sound, but it's exactly what happened in Zelda 2 if you ever played Zelda 2. Okay, the princess is asleep, Ganon's trying to come back, they're trying to use your blood to do it, they're trying to do ancient demon rituals with your blood. That's a crazy Zelda concept. I don't understand if y'all realize that's a crazy concept. And this theme made it seem like they ain't never gonna get a drop of your blood. I know y'all hate going to the doctors, having to get your blood drawn. You know what I'm saying? You hate having to get them samples, needles and such all up in the arm. This is what Link wasn't gonna let them do. Boy, if you don't get No, but seriously, y'all, this is definitely one of the best Zelda dungeon themes, and honestly one of the best soundtracks ever put together by the Nintendo team, in my opinion. If you haven't played Zelda 2, The Adventures of Link, give it a try. I know it's treated like the black sheep of the Zelda family, but trust me, in 2019, as an adult, this game is worth your time. It's probably the only legit RPG in the Zelda franchise. Give it a try, man. And as you do, make sure you get to that great palace theme and enjoy it, man.
Now, when it comes to music composition, for me, there are 2 ways you can get my attention. 1, hit me in the face with a big intro, or 2, create some sort of ambiance that gets my attention and makes me just think and pause. The forest theme in Ocarina of Time does the latter. I mean, as soon as you hear this theme with the eerie drums with reverb and delay in the back. On top of that, it brings in this sort of synth pad, strings mixed with this choir, this weird pad that isn't exactly the rhythm, but isn't exactly the melody, because the melody is just this creepy violin, squeaky voice sounding thing that repeats itself over and over again. And really, none of these three pieces actually time together. It just creates this weird dissonance and eeriness. And I just remember hearing this for the first time, and as a young kid, I was really creeped out by it. And the Forest Temple's not even a scary temple at all. It's not like the Shadow Temple. It's meant to be just a Forest Temple, but this theme just made it creepy. Absolutely creepy, and it's so memorable to me that I had to put it in my top 5.
Now I know this is going to be a weird choice as far as Zelda themes, because it's not like a hyper track, it's not a like happy track, but it evoked what was needed in the moment, which was emotion. And that was the original Fire Temple track from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. So if you had version 1.0 or 1.1 of the cartridge, this is the version that y'all grew up with, and that includes me. I had version 1.1 growing up, the great cartridge, but it was still one of the OG Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time cartridges. Matter of fact, I think I still have it. Boom! Still got it, y'all. So this version right here still has the removed original version of the Fire Temple from Zelda Ocarina of Time. A very spooky type of ambiance that comes with it. You got the dark, subtle sounds, the chanting in the background, which was the real reason the game was removed, because of copyright issues, and a little bit of like gray area on the religious origins of that chanting, but the chanting did what it was supposed to do to make it a very creepy and weird feeling as you explored that dungeon and had to find the Gorons to save them, but still made you want to push forward and reach the goal at hand. So that's why it gets a pick in my top 5 Zelda dungeon themes. And I just want to give a thank you to Nicktendo Direct for letting me be a part of this video, man. You already know what it is. Chill squad up. I catch y'all every Friday with the homie Nicktendo Direct. Yeah, though.
Now, I have been on record in multiple podcasts stating that The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is my favorite Legend of Zelda game of all time already. The game was just a game-changing entry into the franchise. I mean, we never played a Zelda like it. Open world, with dungeons, with shrines, explore, do whatever you want, make the story wherever you want to make it. Discover how much of the story you want to before you go fight Ganon. It was all there. It was a complete package. And within that complete package comes the OST. And within the OST are the Divine Beasts, which technically are the dungeons in this game. And I had a heck of a time choosing one of these Divine Beast themes. I really did. And it came down to 2. Ba Meadow or Vana Boris. And as I started listening to them both and breaking them down, I had to go with Va Meadow. So in the beginning of each of these themes, you'll hear sort of an SOS, this little tiny beeping, pinging in the background, and whether it's piano or strings or whatever, you hear this SOS and you hear this creepy dissonance from whatever instrument they pick. Now, to me, this represents the fact that they're taking over and they're crying out for help. The calamity has taken over, and it's crying out for somebody to release them. And you can just constantly hear this pinging and beeping in the background while this dissonance is happening. Now, after you find your first terminal, then the real essence of the theme kicks in, and you can just hear it. It's just beautiful violin and piano driving song and the melody, and that's it. And what's amazing about these Divine Beast themes is the fact that each terminal that you get to, each terminal that you unlock, each terminal that you discover, the theme builds and builds and builds until eventually you get to the end, where it's just this complete medley of different themes from the area that you're in. You know, with the Rito tribe in Breath of the Wild, their theme is represented by strings, soft strings, and woodwind instruments. And this is prevalent in this theme. And even Rivali's theme is the same way. And what I love about this theme is the fact that, once again, in the beginning, dissonance. You find your first terminal, here comes your strings and the piano. You find your next terminal, it builds up. You find your next terminal, it really builds up. And then the last terminal that you find, it plays Rivali's theme on top of everything that it's built up to be, and it creates this amazing medley that is just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And I was absolutely blown away by this. There might be some recency bias in this pick, I'll be honest, but I'm just saying Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is the greatest Zelda game of all time, and within that, it's probably the best Legend of Zelda original soundtrack of all time. And this is just a crown jewel of the Divine Beast theme. Sorry, if you're mad about me saying that Breath of the Wild is the best game of all time, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. But the Va Meadow theme is just crown jewel. I'll say it again, crown jewel, and definitely had to make my top 5. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you made it this far, it means the world to me. So do me a favor. In the description box, I'm going to have the homie Rob Regal's channel there. Click on that link, go to his channel, hit the subscribe button, as well as the bell icon so you don't miss videos of him. Also, if you like this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for me, hit the like button, and hit the bell icon as well. It helps out the channel. You'll never miss a video again. So let me know what you think in the comments below about this top 5 list. What would you put? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Whatever. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk about it. This has been Nicktendo Direct with another top 5 video. I'll see you guys later.